In addition to wrapping up Deputy Chief Reid's threat against Sean Hatosi, Voight, Jason Begg, and the rest of intelligence, the final hour of Chicago PD Season 12 is a mixed bag of emotions. He was the only villain to successfully shut down the Chicago Police Intelligence Unit in Chicago PD Season 12, Episode 21. In order to regain their unit and their jobs, Voight and his team had to work in the background. Ruzek, Patrick John Pfluger, and Burgess, Marina Scorciati, had to decide how to handle their wedding in the meantime. Although they first put it off, pictures from the Chicago Police Department Season 12 finale made it obvious they would get married. It didn't seem appropriate to celebrate at such a difficult time. Now, all eyes are on Chicago Police Department Season 13, which premieres in the fall of 2025, and what the Season 12 finale means. Intelligence kept encountering obstacles as they attempted to resolve the matter informally. Ruzek and Burgess made the decision to go to the safe house where Jesus Otero's son was being held prior to his passing. Reid killed Jesus during the penultimate hour because he dared to criticize what he was doing, and now his son Renny is in hot water. The visit to the safe house did provide intelligence with a lead because, as it turned out, a police officer had shown up. The team was able to obtain a weapon that had been in the possession of several people, including a police officer named Caldera, because another man broke into the safe house. After some investigation, it was quickly discovered that this police officer was the target of several civil lawsuits, and that Reid chose him because of his financial need. The man shared Reid's viewpoint as well, so in a sense, both characters were correct. Since the legal system was ineffective, they were merely attempting to clean up the streets as best they could. Voight couldn't tolerate the fact that they were obviously doing it incorrectly. But before Caldera could accept the offer Voight was making, the criminal was killed. On the morning of Voight's hearing with Internal Affairs, Renny leaped out and shot Reid, striking him in the neck. Voight remained with Reid as if to assist him. In reality, however, the whole incident was staged, with the intelligence unit's leader setting it up in motion. Ruzek notes that Burgess acted too hastily in postponing the wedding, and that Reid has now been defeated, albeit not as anyone had anticipated. He knew that things usually worked out for them, but he was glad to do it if that made Burgess feel at ease. We saw the church crowded with people as they proceeded with the wedding. After everything that had transpired, Torres, Benjamin Levy Aguilar, even entered the church, appearing to be a little more at peace with it. Asa Chapman, Sarah Buse, and Voight sat next to each other, but it's obvious that after the Chicago PD Season 12 finale, their relationship will never be the same. Chapman admits that she is upset because she is aware of what Voight did to defeat Reid. This demonstrates Voight's resistance to change, even for herself. Because Reid's death at Renny's hands was so perfectly timed and orchestrated, the intelligence team's faces immediately revealed that their boss was somehow involved. They were all willing to ignore it, though, because they knew Voight and were tired of Reid making decisions. For Asa Chapman, the same cannot be said. She had previously acknowledged her feelings for Voight in Chicago PD Season 12, and during this attempt to kill Reid, the two talked about their pasts, with Voight revealing that he hasn't been interested in moving on from his late wife. Voight promised to try to become a better cop, but Chapman is aware of the kind of old-fashioned cop he is. That hasn't occurred to though, and Chapman can now see that Voight will always take the necessary precautions to keep himself and his team safe. Knowing that Renny would probably assemble other drug dealers to assist him in killing Reid in retaliation, she deduced that Voight had allowed him to leave the safe house and informed him about Reid's murder of Jesus. In the Chicago Police Department Season 12 finale, getting Burgess and Torres back on the team was just as important as taking down Reid. Torres had also been arrested for his relationship with Gloria, and Burgess had lost her job. Ultimately, both were able to regain their jobs after Reid was exposed as a corrupt police officer. The entire unit is able to return to work immediately in Chicago Police Department Season 13. In addition to handling the cases that are brought to them, they will be able to handle any threats that may be directed towards them in the future. A new deputy chief will also need to be introduced in the upcoming season. Hopefully, this person will support intelligence rather than cause issues. The rest of the season set things up for Cook, Toya Turner, even though the finale didn't. She finds it difficult to balance working with both sides of her family. Cook's mother called her the last time we saw her personally, expressing her desire to use her daughter's position to further her own political career. Chicago Police Department Season 12 should delve deeper into this topic.